Time with Mike Mezak and Coin Collector. We have so many special opportunities for you this evening. And speaking of special opportunities, I know so many of you are still calling in on the Silver Eagle from Philadelphia. You don't want to miss out on that. But we're going to move into, of course, celebrating the Silver Eagle's 30th anniversary, right, Mike? And this is another special edition. Another special edition.
You know, the American Silver Eagle is the most popularly collected silver coin in the world, bar none, period. That's the end of story, okay? They had commemorated the 10th anniversary, which I was just talking about, that 10th anniversary Silver Eagle, which, by the way, in this condition, because the other one was been say 69, in this condition, the 10th anniversary Eagle is a $30,000 coin.
But this is proof.
That's my mistake. In PCGS, that's an $84,000 coin. That's what it sold for at auction. So
that's a big difference there, Mike.
Well, we sold one in Annex for $29,000 here. Other people sold PCGS for $84,000 in the 1995 W. Okay, so big deal. So they've honored the American Silver Eagle's anniversary. They did a 10th anniversary, a 20th anniversary, and a 25th anniversary coin. This is the, excuse me, the 30th anniversary coin.
Right.
That's the certificate of authenticity. We're going to show you that here in a minute. It's amazing. It's important, okay? I'll get to that here in just one second. So here's what happens. So the United States government, this is what I like to call a fall between the cracks coin. The United States government last year had a big deal going on, okay? Big, incredible deal. They were doing gold coins, they were doing other special coins, they were doing all this. So for the 30th anniversary Eagle, which is edge lettered, by the way, this is the only edge-lettered proof American Silver Eagle in history. They've been making the proof Silver Eagle since 1986. There's one of them that is edge-lettered. It is this right here. And it actually says 30th anniversary. It's also the only one of the anniversary Eagles that is actually labeled on the coin itself, 30th anniversary. The 10th anniversry isn't, the 20th anniversary, the 25th anniversary.
This is the first.
This is the very first one. It was actually labeled on the coin, 30th anniversary. This and the SP coin from the 30th. They only made 3 Eagles last year. This coin, the SP coin, and the regular mint state coin. And the SP coin in this coin says 30th anniversary on it, both edge lettered. First time ever in American history. So we have that incredible, phenomenal rarity. So you have a 30th anniversary, and since they released it very, very late in the year, they didn't make that many. As a matter of fact, they made an incredibly small number. The West Point Mint has been making the American Silver Eagle for all of the 21st century, for the whole of the 21st century. If you are looking for the rarest proof American Silver Eagle, the regular issue American proof Silver Eagle of the 21st century, it is actually this coin. Oh. Now it is special, it's 30th anniversary. They should have, you know, they should have made 2 million or 6 million or 8 million or 10 million. But they didn't. It's the rarest proof Silver Eagle of the 21st century, West Point minted that you're seeing right there, the regular issue. So we've got that. So the coin is significant. So the coin is important. The coin is a 2016 coin. It was released so late in the year, I didn't even have the opportunity. Matter of fact, this is the debut. I'm selling the Premier Edition. This is the very first time. Now I want to talk about what this is that you're seeing right here. PCGS, there are 3 major grading companies, PCGS, NGC, and Annex, and then another one, ICG. Annex, first day of issue, ICG, first day of issue, are exclusive to us here at HSN. PCGS and NGC make lots of different coins in lots of different labels. For a year and a half, we went into negotiations with PCGS and finally was able to get an exclusive program that we have here. And we've set it apart, and that is the Premier Edition.
That's cool.
PCGS Premier Edition, this label that you see right here, is available no place else. More importantly, we've added where it's 1 of 5,000 coins. And PCGS occasionally does that with different labels. They'll say 1 of 5,000 or 1 of 10,000 or 1 of 20,000. Well, what sets this apart, unlike any other PCGS certified coin, is our certificate of authenticity that we have down here. And the reason is the certificates are individually serial numbered. And then we have the PCGS Premier hologram on it as well.
So this is the special.
So that's authenticated. And the way that this is, because of that authentication, there's a thing that all the grading companies have to have, which are called POP reports, population reports. They tell you how many of each coin they've graded, ever.
Oh.
When you look at PCGS, all of the PCGS coins they do, so they do this label and that label and this label and that, they all go together in one bucket. That's just PR70s, all of them go into there, with one exception. The Premier Edition, this edition, has its own separate line item in the population report. No other proof, no other label for PCGS has that. So it is separate and by itself. More importantly, it is 100% exclusive to my company. My company did this exclusively. We sell it here at HSN.
Right. Nowhere else.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else. So you have the exclusivity of the premier label. You have the exclusivity of the 30th anniversary American Eagle. You have the exclusivity of the rarest proof American Silver Eagle, regular issue American Silver Eagle of the 21st century. And you have that all at my original issue price of $189.95, which is absolutely, positively, 100% guaranteed to be the lowest price, but you can't get it anywhere else.
Can't get it anywhere, that's true.
Once we sell through the entire edition, then of course the secondary market will take over. And that 5,000 isn't for, you know, this airing or this visit. Once we do 5,000 of these, there will never be another one ever done. I debut this here today. We've already sold 150 of these. So these coins are selling very, very, very quickly as we speak. Because not only is it an important label, okay, that we have PCGS to begin with.
Because that's new.
That's new. Well, we've sold PCGS coins, but we haven't had an exclusive PCGS label.
Right. The premier label.
The premier label, any PCGS label. So we've got the premier that has the additional designation of the PCGS hologram and individually numbered certificates of authenticity and its own line item in the population report, which is absolutely, positively critical to the collectability of this team. And what it really comes down to is exclusivity. Because in the world of coin collecting today, there's a lot of stuff out there to collect. And there's lots of different labels and lots of those things, and you kind of have a hard time wading through that. We make it really easy here. Annex first day of issue, no place but here. PCGS Premier, no place but here. ICG, first day of issue, no place but here. NGC, sort that out yourself. We don't have anything with them right now. Now understand, I'll sell NGC coins, and we do all the time. Sure. Understand, NGC coins are very desirable, very collectible, highly sought after. We just don't have, and it's the Wild West out there with their labels. This one, you know, you have the comfort of knowing lowest price, most exclusive, most limited on the label itself, and it's certified, of course, absolutely perfect. Now let's go back and talk about the coin itself, and why the coin itself is of such incredible, phenomenal significance, folks. Because not only am I debuting my Proof Premier Eagle, this is the very first Proof Eagle that has been done in a Premier label.
And I love Proof.
And I know everybody loves the Proof.
It's so
I mean, because it is the presentation coin that's made for collectors.
Okay.
And it's the 30th anniversary coin. So here's what it comes down to for 30th anniversary. They have a 10th anniversary, a 20th anniversary, a 25th anniversary, and a 30th. So in this condition, I'm not talking about PCGS Premier, because they don't even exist in the other ones, right? Okay. The 10th anniversary coin in this condition, $80,000. The 20th anniversary coin, in Mid-State 70, or PR70,
okay.
Proof 70, just like this one. The 20th anniversary coin, which is reverse proof, so it would be an RP70. Okay, we sell that coin for $1,199. The 25th anniversary coin, okay, in PR70, RP70, actually, it's also a reverse proof, $1,299. Or have this one for $189. Okay?
Mike, I can figure that out.
That's right. So your choices are $1,500, $1,200, $80,000, or $189. Right. Of those 4 anniversary American Eagles, only the 30th anniversary is actually marked on the Eagle.
That has to add to it.
Sure. And not only that, now it's also the rarest American Silver Eagle, Proof Eagle of the 21st century, of the last basically 20 years. On top of it, not just as a 30th anniversary Eagle, but just as a Proof Eagle, period. So I go back and look at all these other rare and phenomenal and collectible and desirable American Proof Silver Eagles, and all of a sudden I'm going, okay, that's desirable and collectible by itself. Now I add in the Premier label, which is available no place but right here. I have the individually numbered certificate with the PCGS hologram that has never been offered before. I have the red oak presentation box, as you can see right there. I have to say,
this is a shade deeper.
Isn't it? Isn't that nice?
Than what you traditionally have, and I think it just feels luxed and elevated and a little bit more like...
We sell so many coins, I just have a hard time keeping up with boxes. We sell literally...
But see, I notice these little things. I'm a girl, so I like attention to detail. But that's part of the Premier Club. It's like flying first class. It's like getting something, that gold standard that not everybody else is going to have, that you're getting here. The fact that we also have 4 flex of $47.49, you get something that is tangible. You get that piece of history to mark a 30th anniversary, not only for one of the most highly collected silver coins in the United States history, you are getting such a stunning coin, but then the fact you've got 4 flex. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee if you choose to take advantage of that. Of course, when you get this at home, Mike, I always say that proof always blows you away. And the fact that you're getting it at the highest possible grade, I mean, this is a win-win.
Right, so you have a coin that's certified perfect.
Sure.
You have a coin that has an exclusive label that's available no place else. You have a coin where the population report actually lists it separately for PCGS, which is they've just really never done for a regular issue coin before. You have a certificate that comes with it. Well, the coin is numbered up here 1 of 5,000. The certificate is individually numbered with the PCGS hologram that goes with it as well. That was part and parcel of what we were doing. We said that's as important as anything, that the coins are literally then individually numbered when you match them with the certificate. So that adds. Then you add in the 30th anniversary Proof Eagle by itself. Just the fact that you're getting the Proof 30th anniversary. So it is the only, so the United States government has made 30 Proof Silver Eagles, okay? There is one that is edge lettered at all, with any type of edge lettering. It's this coin. They have made 100 different American Silver Eagles. Only the 30th anniversary coins are edge lettered. Okay, only the 30th anniversary coins are not only edge lettered, but are actually on the coin. So that 10th anniversary coin, that's an $80,000 coin, and the 20th anniversary coin, a $1,200 coin, and the 25th anniversary coin, which is a $1,500 coin, that is what we sell them for here. None of them actually say on the coin
the designated year.
That's precisely the case.
Right.
Okay, that's precisely the case. So all of that, take that into account. So now you have the complete and abject rarity of the coin itself. Now you put it in the holder where it's absolutely positively perfect. That it's a 2016 coin. That it's PCGS, that it's 30th anniversary, that it's edge lettered, that you've got the special certificate, that you've got all of these things, and then the incredible red oak presentation box, and what you have got is collectability of the highest order, and that's why you watch this show, because this is 100%, this is exclusive to us.
It's distinctive, it's rare, it's collectible, highly sought after. The fact we've got 4 flexible payments of $47.49, well over 200 have already been spoken for, and because it's part of that limited edition where every single one is labeled, this is that opportunistic, time for you to come in, get this, shop here at HSN, 30-day money-back guarantee. Mike, how long have you been married now?
Me? I just celebrated my 25th wedding anniversary.
Happy 25.
Thank you very much.
That's amazing. Well, I'm thinking for your 30th anniversary, boy, would this be a nice little gift.
I've already put it away for that.
Did you?
Of course
I knew it. But I was just thinking maybe
I gave her the 25th anniversary coin.
Oh, you did?
I had to pay up for that, but I mean, because like I said, that's $1,500.
But that means a lot to her.
It does mean a lot to her.
Yeah, of course. But I was just thinking, if you are celebrating or commemorating anything for your 30th year, what a wonderful way to really mark that moment in time, mark that moment in history. That's really what coins do. But then just, of course, the rarity and just the limited opportunity, Mike, to get this. And Mike, you, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have said with PCGS, they never have labeled, like if it is a limited edition, it's just a limited, well, they don't mark each coin.
See, understand, they do different labels for different things, okay? Labels are distinctive for the coin as well. But all of the other labels go into a big basket. So they don't, so you have, I got this label and that label and this label, they're all part of one big jumbled basket mess. In PCGS, as a separate line item, you've got Premier Edition.
Okay.
So it's all by itself. It's clean, it's
Never
straightforward.
been done.
That's where they just don't do that.
Okay.
And so we had them do that for you right here, right now. And it is certified perfect, and it is PCGS, and it is exclusive to us. And to make it even more special with the one of, not only do we have a special label, not only is it one of 5,000, not only is it perfect in that, we have each coin comes with its own additional numbered certificate. Now this one is 2 of 5,000, 3 of 5,000, 4 of 5,000, and since we just got in, and you can see.
So you'll know where your coin falls within that 5,000.
Exactly. And as you can see right here, there is the hologram. That's the PCGS hologram that goes with that. That is special premier hologram that goes on top of that as well. Now, I'm talking about the label and all, like it's important, and it is, but let's not overlook the most important part of this, which is the 30th anniversary American Silver Eagle by itself. The rarest proof eagle of the 21st century, the only edge-lettered eagle, and the only one of the anniversary eagles, or the 30th anniversary eagles that have ever been done. Folks, fantastic, fantastic opportunity for you.
So 552-803, brand new this evening, plus you've got the 4 flex of $47.49 to get it at home.